morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, February 20th, I think, or 21st, one of those days. And as I look out my window to figure out what the weather's like today, it is snowing right now. So I don't know if we'll be able to actually go out on the pad again today and learn backing or what's up with that. So it's kind of disappointing because I'm ready to get out there and actually get in the truck, not on the simulator, but in the truck and start to learn my backing. But it's hard to do that when you really don't know what you're doing and you can't see the lines on the ground. You know, your trainer has to stand out there and help you back, and nobody wants to be standing out there in the snow. You know, they're going to get sick because you're doing it for hours. So it's a little frustrating. I don't even know if we should be going into the terminal because like this week's orientation for the new people start today, every Tuesday. So like that simulator room that we kind of was goofing around in yesterday and practicing on and off and stuff, and sitting around and talking while we tried to figure out what we were going to do with ourselves, that will be full with the new class. So like, I don't know. Maybe we should call in. I don't really have Troy's number, so I'm hoping that one of the other two girls that stayed here, I know one of them has his number, so maybe we should put in a phone call and see what the day has in store for us. But I just wanted to check in and say good morning. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning here in Utah. I'll come back to you guys later. Okay, bye. Hey guys, so I'm all bundled up and I'm out here on the pad. It was snowing a little bit this morning, and it's sometimes kind of sprinkle snows, but not too bad. The snowplow came and cleared the pad off for us, so we're gonna be there are gonna be the girls that stayed here for that week 9 days I was on the road. They're gonna be practicing their backing because one of them tests out tomorrow, the other one's scheduled for Friday. And then my trainer is somewhere. She's supposed to be coming, and she's gonna be training me, I believe, on like shifting going forward and stuff, so I get used to the shifting. Then maybe later on, depending on how quick I catch on to that later on today, I might start practicing backing. But I'm just glad to be out here and to start getting started. So yeah, I just wanted to check in while I had a minute, and I'm hoping that she's coming. I've been standing here for a good 5 minutes now waiting for her. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hey everybody, Tiny House Dreaming here. I think I made a little video this morning, so I guess this will be like added to that. But I'm just walking outside of the hotel. It's like maybe 5 o'clock. We had to wait, like the shuttle was full. There was a lot of people this morning going, so we had to wait for a second shuttle, and the same coming back to the hotel. There was a lot of people, so me and like 4 other people that have been here for a while, we waited for a second shuttle. So it's kind of late now that we're getting back. I just dropped my bags off. My roommate's watching the first 48, and I'm like so wound up that I can't really sit or stand still right now. So I'm walking to the little store next door just to walk off my emotions because I'm really upset. I'm really frustrated. I'm frustrated for one about, okay, well, this morning we got to the pad and we waited for a minute for the snowplow to like clear the snow off, but we were able to like do stuff. So I tried shifting. Well, actually one of the instructors tried to put me in a truck and do an offset back. And like I was doing okay with the backing part, but I kept stalling the truck because of the shifting. Like you have to keep the clutch in, I think, is how you don't stall the truck, is to keep the clutch in. I'm trying to learn that. But I've never driven a stick or anything like that. So like all of this shifting stuff is new to me. And like I guess I got pretty spoiled being in that automatic for those days that I was out with my trainer. So I don't have the shifting down at all. And like it's kind of weird because I don't really have anybody teaching me, because like how it is happening is, you know, I told you that the 2 girls that were in orientation with me, they didn't have a trainer. So like they stayed behind and they've been, you know, practicing things during the day, and at night they come back to the hotel. So they've been working with 2 trainers that have been out there helping them. And then there's 2 other guys that were like in an orientation before our orientation that are kind of at a more advanced stage. But now that I'm back here in Utah and like at the terminal since Sunday, like kind of practicing. What am I trying to say? Oh, the two girls that stay behind, they have already been shifting and they've already been doing their backing, and like they're testing out this week. One is supposed to test out tomorrow and the other, I believe, on Friday. And as long as weather permits, you know, like they'll keep those dates because they're pretty confident in what they're doing. So like for me, I was under the impression that when I came back to the terminal, from what my trainer was telling me, my PSD trainer, is that we would be taking a prime truck, a manual truck. And I think I've been saying this all along in my videos, that when we get back to the terminal, and that's how I was going to be learning the shifting and the backing, is my trainer would get a manual truck and she would begin teaching me the steps. Well, since we've been back at the terminal, that hasn't happened. I've learned my pre-trip, and like I was saying in my video that I posted this morning but actually made last night, I think even today I have all the components remembered or memorized, however I say that properly. But so I kind of feel pretty confident in my pre-trip. I mean, like I kind of stumble on my wording a bit as I'm going through the whole thing, but for the most part, you know, when I study that every day and like I study it every night, my little flashcards. So by the time it comes test time, I'm not worried about the pre-trip going wrong. What I'm kind of worried, and it felt like when I was backing up today, even though I kept stalling the truck, or like one of the guys that were in like an orientation before us, he, like when we were waiting on the shuttle, he's like, you know what, I saw what was happening with you. He said the same thing was happening to me, and I think what's happening is, yeah, you have your foot pushed on the clutch, but you're accidentally pushing the accelerator and the brake at the same time, because like it would, before it stalled, the truck would like shift, like it felt like it was an earthquake. So he was like, I think that's what was going on, because that's what was going on with me. And I don't know, today's my first day trying it in an actual truck and not on the simulator, although I did get on the simulator too. I don't know if shifting is just not my thing, or if I'm just not like being taught one-on-one with the person, because like, you know, the guys that are teaching the other girls, they're kind of trying to show me like, you know, for a few minutes here and there, but they don't really have the time to spend with me showing me, because they are trying to get the other girls ready to test out. And like I said, one is tomorrow and the other one tests out on Friday. So they're trying to spend as much repetitive time with them backing, because they have their shifting down from the time I was on the road. They've been spending all those days learning how to shift and stuff. So it's kind of just frustrating, because I'm kind of standing on the pad, and, you know, the only thing I can really do alone by myself, like, you know, while I'm like, okay, if other people are doing stuff, like, I'm not just gonna twiddle my thumbs and like watch movies. So I can like go to an empty truck and just start walking around and going over the pre-trip, you know, myself, just saying it out loud. There's nobody around me, so, you know, whatever. And I have my flashcard, so as I say it out loud, I can look and like test myself, but I'm getting in the motion of getting used to like what component to say now, next, like, so I think that I'm getting that down pretty well, so I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the shifting, and it seems like I was getting the backing, other than killing the truck and having to like start over and kind of getting frustrated. Like it seemed like I was getting the reference points, like how he was saying a hand's length when you're trying to do gosh, now I can't even think of it, an offset back, like look at the reefer and get a hand's length on the reefer, the actual reefer refrigerator part, and like you look at your landing gear and you get reference points. So I feel like once I have the shifting down enough where I'm not killing the engine all the time, I think that the backing, not that it's going to be easy, but I think I'll kind of get a rhythm going with that, because you're just looking at reference points. And if you continuously do it, what's killing me is the shifting and not really having anybody to spend the time with me to teach me from the beginning. And I was under the impression that my trainer would do it, but that's not the case. So I'm really frustrated, and I started getting frustrated like 11 or 12 o'clock today, and like since then, like my frustration, I kind of let that take over. I mean, I've kept studying and I kept doing my pre-trip, and I went inside and got on the simulator and, you know, like went through a few obstacles on the simulator and stuff, but like my frustration is still bubbled up, you know. So like I'm out here and I'm just standing in the cold. I'm not even really feeling the cold. Like at lunchtime, I didn't even want to eat. I just wanted to like sit and just be like, leave me alone. You know, like I just was like, and I normally don't get like this. I'm a bubbly person, happy-go-lucky, like, but when I get frustrated, it's like I need to learn how to control that. So I'm just out here chilling, and I'm hoping that, you know, I'm going to let all of this go by tomorrow morning. I'm not going to take my frustrations back with me, but I'm hoping that it, you know, I can just like, whew, like, and take, literally not take a bath, but you know how when you sit in soothing water and just kind of go, that's what I need to do with how frustrated I am, just like out away and wake up. Tomorrow's a new day and go and learn. And one of the examiners, Brad, he's going to be there. I'm hoping that he has some time because, like I said, the other trainers that are there, they're out on the pad with the girls trying to make sure that they're ready to test out. So I can't really, it's not fair for me when I have my own trainer. It's not fair for me to steal their trainer to try to get this, you know. So, like, I'm hoping that Brad has maybe a couple hours because I think if I can get somebody to sit with me for maybe 2 hours and, like, you know, sit in the truck with me while I try and, like, more than 15 minutes sitting with me, that I probably would get it. I don't know for sure, but, like, you know, at this point I haven't really had that. So tomorrow's a new day. I'm hoping it'll be better. And actually standing out here in the cold is kind of like, I already feel like more at ease. Maybe it's just venting and talking to you guys or talking to myself in the camera. I don't know. Sometimes when you say things out loud and get it off your chest, it makes you feel better. So I'm already starting to feel better and a little bit more calm. So yeah, I have to figure out what I want to eat for dinner because I didn't really have much of a lunch. I did take all my stuff off my trainer's truck. And so I probably will be in the hotel for a couple days, and I'm not really sure what's going to happen. Like, when I get there tomorrow, I'm going to have to talk to Troy and see, like, is there somebody that can be helping me learn these things, you know, like, while I'm here, because I'm not here for the fun of it, like the snow and being away from my van and Mr. B and my mom. Like, none of this is fun. I'm here for a purpose, and I want to achieve the goal that I've set out to achieve. So, wish me luck, guys. Thanks for listening to me vent, those of you who made it to the end of the video. And I don't know, depending on how I feel, I might come back and, like, tell you guys that I feel better, like, in a couple hours, or I might just go ahead and post this video now. I'm not really sure, but I hate to leave a video kind of mellow tone like this, where I'm not, like, my normal self. But yeah, so I'm going to let you go for now, and have a great day, guys. Hey guys, Tiny House Dreaming here. I'm talking kind of quiet because I'm sitting in the restaurant eating a sandwich. The best part of it is the steak fries dipped in ketchup. This Joe got my Coke. I have this little thing with the waiter guy where I tell him, give me a hard Coke with light ice. And it's just a Coke. Like, nothing hard about it, but it makes me feel better, like, after a long day. So that's something I do. I just wanted to check in and say I am feeling better. I talked to one of my classmates, or I guess we're not really in class, so like one of my orientation mates, and then I talked to my roommate who's a little bit older than me. So she gave me some words of wisdom that were kind of Buddhist inspired. That helped me. And then my classmate just told me, you know what, like, just own what you're doing and do what you gotta do. So I do feel better. I'm finally eating. And I just wanted to check in and tell you guys, hey, I'm feeling better. All is well. Tomorrow's a new day. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.